Hi, welcome back to the channel on the college process. Once again, I'm Ed from Principia Prep, and today we're going to be going over the 10 most important financial aid deadlines to look out for. But before we start, if you are new to the channel and are looking for additional college content, please hit the subscription button down below. It will notify you when new videos do come out. We are running once again for this year's senior class, the James Wilson Memorial Scholarship. If you want to be eligible for our scholarship program here, very simple. The James Wilson Memorial Scholarship, the link to the video is down below. You can just watch the video. It explains to you guys how to apply for a scholarship, as well as how to help us increase the scholarship every year for senior class. And in addition to all that, also in the description down below is also the organization's Venmo, as well as our buy us a coffee, if you want to help support the channel, allowing us to keep making these college videos for you guys out there. And all that being said, let's jump right into today's video, 10 most important financial aid deadlines to look out for. And with that being said, let me jump right into what are the 10 most important deadlines for you guys now with financial aid starting up. Right at the bat, we have October 1st. October 1st, many of you out there, you realize already that October 1st really begins the financial aid process as far as filling out the forms. On October 1st, you guys have access to the FAFSA form, the CSS profile, the state forms, the institutional financial aid forms, and everything in between. So for senior parents, October 1st is when all financial aid forms actually open up for you guys to be able to start filling out these forms. Now the next important deadline is just a few days right after that. Starting on October 5th is when I would suggest starting the FAFSA form. I may be wondering, well, if it opens up October 1st, why wouldn't I start on October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th? And the main reason being why is that the first couple of days, the site always crashes. Good, bad, or indifferent, everyone jumps on there, kind of inundates the site, and it basically falls apart. So the first couple of days there. So I always tell parents, make sure to wait at least a couple of days. Typically October 5th is the earliest I would go in there and start the FAFSA form because of this reason as well. Everyone out there thinks that the first come, first serve is a big deal where if you don't apply early, they're going to run out of money, you're not going to have enough to get for yourself. It's not the way financial aid works, by the way. In fact, most of you out there that are looking to do the financial aid process have typically between October 1st until February 1st, these months and months and months of time to get these forms out there. The only time you have to do these forms earlier than that is if you guys are doing early decision 1. If you're doing early decision 1, then you guys have to get everything in by typically the November 1st deadline, which is our third most important deadline. The third most important deadline here, November 1st, is typically known as early decision 1 deadline for many schools out there. So if you're looking to do early decision 1, just early decision 1, not the early action stuff, not early decision 2, not regular rolling, just early decision 1, then you must get your application for financial aid in by November 1st, typically the earliest deadline for all early decision schools. Now obviously there are other early decision schools out there that have November 15th deadlines, December 1st, so on and so forth. But if yours is November 1st, you got to get all your financial aid paperwork and your admissions paperwork in by that November 1st deadline. That's the only time you have to get the paperwork in earlier than February 1st. Okay? Everything else, you have plenty of time because once again, financial aid does not run out. First come, first serve does not exist. This is telling you guys out there right now. Now let's talk about the fourth deadline here, which is December 1st. Now December 1st is an interesting deadline in the fact that many colleges out there have what's known as priority deadline. So what a priority deadline means is this deadline that they want all your information in to give you kind of qualification or the chance to get scholarship funding, i.e. merit aid. Some of these schools are typically state schools, some are private universities that have these priority deadlines. If you call their admissions office, they'll tell you right over the phone if they have a priority deadline, and typically most of the time, by the way, that priority deadline is December 1st. And what that means is you can still apply after December 1st into a regular pool or a rolling pool, in some cases early action 2, early decision 2 pool. However, by that time, you will very likely not be looked at for any scholarship consideration. So obviously you want to get your applications in if you have a priority deadline there so you don't miss out on any scholarship funding. And then of course after that we have the next important deadline, which is January 1st, which basically brings into effect the local scholarships there for your high school. Now many high schools, through the guidance office, through their college advising office, you can ask them, they'll let you know what scholarship money they have available there at the high school through the PTA, the Elks Club, the local bank, the local realtor, etc. is the next thing you want to be doing to not miss out on any local scholarships out there. Because if you watch your other videos, the local scholarships have the least competition out there. And then after January 1st, the sixth most important deadline we have here is technically a span of time between February 1st and February 15th. And this is typically for the early decision 1 and in some cases the early decision 2 candidates, where you guys have to actually deposit earlier than most students. Now, most traditional students that aren't doing early decision 1 or early decision 2 do not have to deposit early. You guys have way later to deposit to figure out what school you guys want to go to. And of course, February 1st, for many of you guys out there, is the last time you guys want to get your financial aid forms in. You do not really want to go any further than this, because in the world of financial aid, when it comes to financial assistance, there's three people giving you aid here. There's the school, the state, and the federal government. And typically the school's deadline is usually around that February 1st deadline, so you don't want to go past that and miss that deadline and miss out on some form of, or in some cases all of, the school aid, because institutional aid, the money the school gives you, is typically from an individual basis the largest package you're going to get, then followed by the state, then followed by the federal government. And then of course after that deadline, the seventh most important deadline here is April 1st to April 15th, another time span here. And these are for the state forms. Now the state that you reside in can provide aid to your student if they stay in state. And many of these states do require additional questions to be answered, such as for the Pell Grants, or if you're looking to go for New Jersey for TAG grants, or any EOF or EOP programs, which are education opportunity programs, education opportunity funds, obviously programs that can help pay for the entire tuition and room and board. And all these state programs need you guys to fill out the state forms. And now we get to the eighth most important deadline, which is May 1st, which is known as typically the National Deposit Day. The last day you guys can make a deposit at the college, indicating you're going to be attending that university. Now, if you have any issues, let's say around April 15th to the April 20th timeframe, I would reach out to the college. You can ask certain colleges for extensions to extend out the May 1st deadline to give you another week or two to kind of figure out what you want to do in the mix. But really by May 1st, you have to understand, you have to know exactly where you want to deposit and where you're going to be sending off your student, i.e. where they're going to be studying off, hopefully for the next 4 years or so. And then the next deadline here, the ninth most important deadline, is right at July 1st. And July 1st, by the way, is when you guys start applying for the additional loans you need to help for college to pay it. You do not apply anytime earlier than that. The reason you start July 1st is just when the semester starts, as well as that's when you have the college bill. And that's, by the way, a best time to start because it gives you plenty of time to get the loan in place. And of course, that brings us to the 10th important date here, which is August 1st. Now, by August 1st, this marks a lot of stuff happening here. By August 1st, you must obviously have either a payment plan or the paid fall semester in place, or you must have a loan ready to go by August 1st to help pay for that education so your student can obviously move on campus. In addition to that, also on August 1st is when you guys need to get the master promissory note and the entrance interview paperwork in if you guys are looking to do any federal loans. Now, if you're looking to do the $5,500 federal loan for freshman students starting off college, you must do a few things. Number one, you must accept that loan, obviously on the financial award letter the school sends you. You must, number two, fill out additional paperwork, basically indicating to them that you understand this is the loan. And that second part of it is the master promissory note and the entrance interview. And that sums up essentially here for you guys, starting from essentially October all the way to the end, where you guys just about are going to be doing drop off your student, the things you have to look out for, and essentially the 10 most important dates out there for you guys from a financial aid point of view. Now, if you guys have any questions, any concerns, obviously leave them down below. I do answer all your questions and comments you guys leave down below in the comment section, as well as if you do enjoy today's video, please leave us a like. It does help the channel. As well as if you need help, on the screen is my contact information. If you need assistance with either the financial aid paperwork or the admissions paperwork, or really anything in between financial aid or admissions whatsoever, on the screen is my cell phone number. You can actually send me a text message, which is the fastest way to get a hold of me, or you can actually just email me, which is the second fastest way to get a hold of me. I do sit down with families and do meetings through Zoom on a one-on-one basis. So if you need help, I am here to assist you guys. But other than that, thank you so much for watching today's video. Once again, my name is Ed from Principia Prep.